and has since gone on to create this most amazing venue and site over some 40 hectares, just about 15 minutes outside of central Le Mans. It's a tremendous championship venue. It's the third time, we were here in 2023 as well, that the Ponies have been here, and it delivers excellent facilities for these top jockeys. Well, this is the first competition, the Table C, the speed class that will set things up to 5 riders to represent a team. Of course, everybody competing as an individual as well. Come the end of the class, the score, the time, your difference from the leader is converted into a penalty mark, at which we will use the best 3 out of the teams towards the team total, setting things up for those 2 team rounds tomorrow. And of course, it'll carry forward as an individual title, as towards the individual title as well, which will be on Sunday. Well, let's kick things off straight away. We've gone into the first in from Italy, and this is Flavio Campanella. Flavio, the first to go, showing us round here on Bobby Dawn. 15-year-old gelding, 3rd European Championships, having competed for the last 2 years with Bobby Dawn, 15th in 2025. Also took a silver medal a couple of years ago at the Italian Pony Championships. Jumped well on the, of course, Youth European circuit with the Nations Cups this year. That first round in Centaur, delivering the clear. So they'll be hoping for something similar. We saw them jumping in Hagen as well. Coming up towards this double 9A, 9B. Now the turn back, 4 seconds to add if and only if they have a fence down. Using all of their agility to get through that second double, that third double I should say. There's 3 doubles, no combination. But he has picked up a score of 4 in terms of the seconds to add as he crosses the line. Table C's don't have a time allowed, they just have a time limit. It is 120 seconds, but that's well inside, so there's no issues there. But it is a final time for Flavio Campanella there. And Bobby Dawn of 89.60 as the first to go for France. As I say, until we get to the end of the class, difficult to give you anything, but obviously whoever wins this class will start going forward on a 0 score in terms of their individual markings, and obviously that'll help towards their team score as well. Moving on and moving forward, because the next to go rides for the Netherlands, it is Cyril Bravenbro riding Vaglam Meravilles. Championship debut, has ridden on the teams this year. 17-year-old mare. Had one down and then a clear in the winning Nations Cup team. In Pastorizio. Jumped well in the Grand Prix as well in May in the Pony Grand Prix in Lier. Unfortunately gets stuck at the double now. The bell will sound and we will wait for a little bit of a rebuild going on here. Essentially they'll have picked up 4 for the knockdown and 4 for the stop. There'll be 6 seconds added in on the time as well for the rebuild. The important part is to get to the finish. Getting to the end is the important part. There's 12 seconds to add in terms of the time. So the final time is 97.56 there for Cyril Bravenbro and Vaglam Meravilles. So the first to go for the Dutch is completed as we look to Sweden.
Avec ces 12 secondes, on arrive en 97,56.
Now of Esmeralda Lund riding Airline CKZ.
La Suède avant d'accueillir Esmeralda Lund avec Airline CKZ, nouvelle
11-year-old mare. Championship debut as well. Partnership came together towards the back end of last year. Delivered that double clear round in Hagen, the final sort of trial outing, the final Nations Cup outing prior to these Europeans.
The first combination for Sweden, Esmeralda Lund.
One of three of the Swedish combinations that day that underpinned their podium performance. Certainly been a combination that have come together quickly. But again, finding their way to a 4 seconds to add early on. Coming to the finish with just the 4 to add, 67. 71.81, sorry. Was the time, but the 4 seconds added in, but it's still the best of the round so far, so cracking performance there from Esmeralda Lund and Airline CKZ. So good start for Sweden, although we still haven't found our way to a 0 score, a clear round yet, but it'll come, I'm sure, as we turn our attention to the home team, to France, looking to get off to a strong start with these two. This is the turn of Megan Vincent-Foiriel riding Ivresse de Jomat.
Avec Ivresse de Jomat, déjà 2 saisons à L2, une 10e place cette année au Grand Prix du CSI.
Just 8 years of age, this mare, championship debut with this pony. Combination bringing a solid national record as well after a busy start to the year. Delivering in those Pony Elite excellent Grand Prix on the national circuit. Going well at the moment. A little bit overcast here this morning. Ooh. Are we about to see our first clear round? Keep it to the time that you finish with. Up and down, well done, clear all the way. 71.54, fastest of the ties so far. We know that it is possible to go a little bit quicker than that because it's only just faster than Esmeralda, who had a fence down. But that is a positive and certainly encouraging way to start for the home nation. France, congratulations. Megan, well done. Ivresse de Jomat delivering.
Édition 2026, Megan Besancenot-Fayol rentre sans faute, qui plus est, avec un chronomètre arrêté en 71 secondes 54. Best time for the French team so far in 71 seconds 5-4. Good luck now for the Irish.
Well, now to Ireland, one of 2 nations that have had such success in recent years. Ireland and Great Britain being serial winners of the gold medal between the two of them over over the last decade or so. Outside of them, there's only France and Italy that have won it once each out of the nations. But this, oh dear, is Jack Dorr, and that is not the start that anybody wanted to see. Jack, what a shame, straight off, and it's an early fall at fence 3. Oh, your heart goes out to him, it really does. I hope he's okay.
So sorry, unfortunately.
He was riding here with K Little Hero. He's had a cracking run this year as well. He Got double clear in Centaur, double clear in Hagen, pushing the Irish to victory, if I recall, in Centaur. He himself as well won the Hagen Pony Grand Prix. He started here as one of the most informed combinations, yet it shows just how quick and how easy in this sport, and also I guess how unpredictable it is. You just never know. I mean, that is a pair that really have clicked this year, there's no question, since they came together at the back end of last year, but it is as unpredictable as anything, this sport.
D'un tirage au sort, il y a un cavalier qui concourt en individuel sur ce championnat d'Europe qui est suisse, qui partira en numéro 22. Et sinon, nous retrouverons dans ce même ordre à chaque fois toutes les équipes, à savoir Italie, Pays-Bas, Suède,
Well, he'll be eliminated
Belgique.
For individual competition going forward if he is selected within the 4 team riders, from my understanding, and I would not wish to be quoted, but I'm pretty sure that he'll be able to compete within the team element going forward. So over the next couple of days, if he will get all that sorted out at the end. Meanwhile, on to Belgium. I think they've got a strong team here this year. Feline Mathies, Kade van Orkids is the first to go. Another 8-year-old, this championship debut, improving young pony. Jumped the second round clear in Compiègne in the Pony Nations Cup after just having one rail down in the first. Also helped Belgium to third and onto the podium in Busto Erizio's Nations Cup event. Belgium, who took the bronze medal here last year, although this is a new generation now. Also picking up 4. Holding it to just the 4, keeping shuffling along this beautiful arena floor here in Le Mans. Up and down and over the last, pushes through the finish and across the line there for Feline Mathies, and she goes into third, 77.10. To remind you, the leading time is 71.54.
4-second time penalties. The result was 77.
And on to the team that will look to defend the title of gold again this year. It is the British team that start with Cora Dowie from Yorkshire. This 16-year-old called Armen du Kostlig for his championship debut. Had a tremendous season on the Pony Nations Cup circuit with that 4 and clear in Italy. Helped the British team to second place and then went to Hagen in June, where she delivered a double clear and helped Britain to win on that 0 score.
On a déjà vu 3 fois sur les championnats d'Europe, le bronze par équipe avec Jeanne Hirel, c'était à Strasbourg en 2019.
Also now on the 4 seconds to add. Of course, we saw again last week. It is important, there's no question, to do well on this table C. It's almost as if these competitions, another 4 to add. The way the championships work in the sport, and they're all the same actually, all the way from ponies, children, juniors, young riders. We were at the European Youth last week, and it'll be the same at the World Championships in Aachen. You start with the table C, so it's almost as if you have to jump off at the beginning, because the penalty score ultimately that it sets you on. After that, it's about jumping clear rounds and consistency. And if you deliver your clears and you win this class, then you will end up with a gold medal. And we saw that last week in Hagen at the Youth Europeans in the example with Pedro Mansour, where he delivered the winning round on the first day, and then he went on because he just kept jumping clear. So he started with 0 and became unbeatable. He was the only one. The rest moved up and down and all around. In fact, we had one gold medalist, and I'm going to forget the name at the moment, who after the table C was sat down in 30th position and climbed, as the way the competition evolved, from 30th in this class all the way up to a gold medal individually come the final day, because you've got 4 more rounds of jumping to come after this to leave the fences up. Anyway, so it can go one way or the other, but it is important. It does give you an advantage, same for the teams, but it's not the defining round in so many respects. Well, we move our attention now to the next of the Italian riders, Sofia Frisarin, joining us with her pony Helsinki Settled Hell. 9-year-old gelding, 3rd pony Europeans for Sofia. Competed here last year on Northern Dancer. This pony last year was ridden by Rachel Zedrini, so it's quite a new pairing. But Sofia has that championship knowledge and understanding as well. Put together some nice rounds, including down the Italian national circuit, with that 2nd place. And that is a cracking round. Apart from the 4, it was actually a very quick time, but 77.40 for the moment goes into 4th best of the Italian rounds we've seen of the 2 so far. And they jumped on the Nations Cups in Centaur and in Hagen this year, those 2. Now we go to the Dutch for their 2nd rider, Senna Beckers, riding Milli Vanilli 13. Young pony, 8-year-old.
Netherlands, the next rider to go is Senna
Beckers, who rode here 12 months ago on Cupcake.
2025 European Championship. So with another pony.
Solid rounds on the Nations Cup circuit this year.
To go on the 2026 edition.
Last year, though, we should recall that with Cupcake, actually, she jumped 3 clear rounds from 4 across the final 2 team trials.
Senna Beckers est donc au départ. Nous sommes avec Milli Vanilli 13. La cavalière était déjà des nôtres l'an dernier.
The pony that she rode last year, Cupcake's actually in the team with Lisa Bonaldson to come a little bit later on, but these 2 having jumped clear in 4 in Zuidewald, also jumped clear in 1 in Hagen. Lovely looking Holstein pony by $1 million. Oh, round we come. And just keeping a nice steady rhythm to this round at the moment. Comes to the wall. 5 strides down to the upright that follows, and you have this left-handed swing to the double, the parallel upright with the French flags as the wings. Another single-strided double through there, then back round into this line from 10 to 11. 6 strides down to the double of uprights. Milli Vanilli and Senna Beckers there, just adding the 4 to the score in terms of the time. Seconds added today, I remind you. So 80.59 being the final time, and goes into fifth place. Still to remind you, Megan Besselacot Fayol leads the French rider out in front, 71.54. Rodolund sitting in second at the moment on 71.81, and Philippe Matisse 77.10.
La place à présent à Signe Ekengwen et Pat Scholz, un couple présent l'an dernier.
Well, on to the second for Sweden, with the first from Sweden sitting in second at the moment. Now it's the turn of Sine Ergen.
Dans le top 20 en individuel. On the top 20.
Riding here with Patch Choice. Very experienced little pony this, now 17 years of age, this gelding. Got into the top 20 individually at the Pony Europeans here last year, has been busy on the Nations Cup circuit again this season, jumping in Centaur, Compiègne and in Zuyvault. Reliable partnerships, but unfortunately still ending up with a fence down and seconds added, but pushing on. Oh dear, got it all wrong on the way down. Sadly, just getting a little bit of a misstep coming down to the double. It's one of those awkward little moments where almost just trying to add a little stride. Rider had pushed to go forward, and then obviously with a fence in front of you, just getting a little bit of a tangle there, but everyone looks to be A-OK. Fence going back up and ready to push on. Obviously the conditions today probably not making life as comfortable or as easy for anybody as would be ideal, but I'm sure the better weather will arrive at some point, and it's just nice to see some rain in the air after all the dry weather everywhere's been having. So a little bit of rain is good for us all. You can see how much the grass certainly needs it. Right, try again. Signe Ergen and Patch Choice. 12 seconds to be added in at the moment. Better. One final fence to go.
Unfortunately, one more time. 12 second penalties, 94.79 for Signe Ekengwen.
Signe Ergen then 94.79 with 8th place for the moment for the Swedish rider. So let's move on to France, who still at the moment have the best of the rounds in Megan's starter, 71.54. Their next rider is Alice Duray. She's making her debut, but she's got plenty of experience along with her here. This 18-year-old pony is called Garo of Coffany. This year, having competed on the French team, both in Belgium and at home in France, where France, of course, came out on top in that Nations Cup for the Ponies in Compiègne. To bring that experience and competitive edge together in the opening leg of this year's European Championship. So Alice Duray and Ungaro of Coffany. Really pushing on here. This pony's looking in good form. Oh, and as he says it, it's just that little rebalance, sadly, she couldn't quite sit back enough. Did a great job to try, and in the end the 4 seconds is going to be added on, and that, of course, pushes the time down to 77.21, but that's still into 4th place for the moment. So well done to Alice, great effort. We've got to Okofani.
Et donc un résultat pour le moment en 4e rang. Voilà donc pour le résultat d'Alice Duré, with 4 second penalties for Alice Duré and Okofani. Next to go with Charlie Flynn and the Irish flag. Back in the ring with Montana, the daughter of Irvington, and granddaughter of Denzen von Mellenhof. Second rider to go for the Irish flag colors.
Well, we turn now to the next to go, and it's Ireland second rider. This is Charlie Flynn. Charlie with Montana. His 9-year-old. Charlie has already ridden, of course, at the Ponies here last year, part of that Team Silver. He was also the individual bronze medalist with Zena last year. But it's become a difficult start for Ireland today. Ireland, who have always had such a great run of results within the Pony Europeans, but with an elimination now with a stop. Obviously, they've still got riders to come, so it could, take nothing away from them. They'll work it out, and they'll still be there.
Et un dommage ici avec la désobéissance sur le vertical numéro 4. On a perdu un peu de temps, 79 secondes 28 pour en finir. Just one refusal and more time, 79 seconds to 8 for Charlie Flynn and Montana, second rider for the Irish colors. Jen Newman is the next rider to go. The first rider for the German colors with Égérie de Landelot, the daughter of Toulon and granddaughter of Friquet d'Aude. Cavalière nous présente ici Égérie de Landelot, vue sous la selle de Milan Moulin.
Germany to join us. First of the German riders of the day is Jen Newman, riding here with Égérie de Landelot. 9-year-old mare again on debut this year. Youngest member of the German team as well. She's only 12 years of age, I believe.
Seconds penalties, unfortunately, with the 11B more. The result in
they end up on a final time with the 12 seconds added for Joanne Newman there on 95.
Leaves the arena and Belgium back in the ring with Elise.
So now Elise Thiron, we move on to Belgium's second combination here with Dance for de Corroy.
For the 2025 European Championship.
Hugely experienced partnership here. Of course, this 13-year-old gelding
Le bronze par équipe pour la cavalière qui était
back
notre
again.
l'an dernier, Elise Thirion avec cette
We're
même
at the
monture
24
d'ailleurs,
Pony European
Dance Floor
Championships
décoration
in
par FEI, leur deuxième championnat
Belgium.
d'Europe ici au Mans. Pour ce couple que l'on revoyait
Also
également.
part of the bronze medal winning team here last year.
Sur 1m25,
Recently actually took silver, a second place at the Belgium Championships as well. Had a busy run on the Nations Cup circuit.
Ouais, joli tempo ici, malheureusement on rajoute 4 secondes avec cette combinaison qui devient assez parlante d'ailleurs sur ce parcours de Xavier Trouillet de Jean-Philippe Plumeau, à savoir un résultat en 79-12. Another time the 11 combination for Elise Thirion and Dance Floor du Coraosi result in 79 seconds, 1 to add the 6th position.
So that goes into the top six. Eddie's still on there. 79.12 is the time. Originally 75, but the 4 seconds added on to Dance Floor Croy. So still the best is Megan Bessier-Encore. Fayol, the French rider, leads 71.54. Esmeralda Lund in second. Philly Matthews in third as we look now to Great Britain once again. Rafaela Dawson, Woody Allen, Van Duiverspuiten. Maybe I'm allowed to just call this one Woody Allen for the rest of the week. So, Rafaela. With this lovely looking 8-year-old. Jumped clear in the opening round in Hagen. The seconds do add up, and in the end they have to add 4. Rafaela Dawson there and Woody Allen. So 79.68 goes into 8th place, the quicker slightly of the 2 British rounds. So into 8th place for Rafaela Dawson. Still it is France, Sweden, Belgium, the 1, 2, 3 in terms of nations sitting at the top. But now we're back with the Italians, who started the day. It's Sophia Machin next to go, riding the exciting Northern Dancer, another very experienced pony here as well. Although championship debut for this rider. Centaur back at the start of the Nations Cup season was actually this partnership's first international together. Northern Dancer, though, obviously is experienced, competed here at the Europeans with Sofia Frizerin last year. It's a new combination, still putting mileage on the clock, but getting their chance this year. over the last, clear all the way, 79.52. To go into the top 8. It still amazes me actually, because Megan, who's leading the way at the moment, 71.54, is the clear round out in front. But sitting in second is Esmeralda Lund. Now Esmeralda is 3/10, if that, of a second behind her, but with 4 seconds added into her time. So it shows there is an awful lot of pace available in this course. But to go and extract it takes risks, and that could create its own problems. Well, the best of the Dutch at the moment is Senna Beckers in 10th with Milli Vanilli. Now the turn of Lisa Borison for the Netherlands, riding Cupcake, who was, of course, Senna's ride last time round. This 10-year-old, but as much experience as Cupcake brings, it is a championship debut here for Lisa. On the team on 3 different occasions, but rounded that off with Hagen, where they actually delivered a clear round in the second round. So it's been an ever-improving run of results over the Youth Nations Cup pony season.
Cupcake is in the arena, the saddle of Lisa Boersen for Netherlands.
Home on 4, so again, decent time until you add the 4 seconds on, and then it flips back, 78.64. And when it comes to the conversion into penalties after this class, it's done on the distance away in terms of time from the leader. So obviously, still be small, but closer you can get in terms of time, it's the time more than the position, if that makes sense. Well, we move our attention now back to Sweden, and now Etta Törnström riding Belabat. Rode on the Nations Cup team in Hagen, selected here with this 17-year-old gelding on her debut. This is a pony I think we saw in the past with the Dutch rider Liselott Koremans.
First class for the European Championship. Good luck. Dommage, hein, cet enchaînement palanque en numéro 8 et puis un premier auxerre du numéro 9. On a protégé l'entrée de la combinaison numéro 8.
Etta Johnston there with the 12 seconds added in. Voltige de Belabat then. So there you go. That was into 12th place.
With 12 second penalties and C resulting 83.48.
Now, this is Chloe Kalkas for France. France doing great at the moment with first and fourth. Now, their next rider is here with Galinette du Châtelet. Partnership as well. We've seen winning on the national circuit, 2 national major class wins with this pony already. And of course they jumped the double clear and clear in the jump off in Centaur. Although France finished runner-up that day, it was a brilliant performance from these two. They went on and, of course, jumped clear in the second round in Compiègne as well. 10 years of age, this mare. Her debut at the championships. Keeping a nice forward pace, even with the 4 seconds added on, doesn't look too bad. Nearly home. Decent round in terms of time, 72.96. Yes, 4 seconds added on, but it's still 76.96, which is third. France are in a great place here at home. With Chloe Kalkas there, she goes into third place, Megan leading, and Alice Today in fifth. So when you're looking to take 3 of your best 5, well, you use your 3. Start that again, shall I? You will use your 3 best scores out of the 5 today towards your team score, which will set you on your starting mark going into the 2-team rounds tomorrow. Now, I believe we've got one more before we take a little pause for a little bit of arena maintenance, and here they are for Ireland. Ted Fagan. Ireland could do with a solid round at this stage, there's no question. Ted, of course, here with Ballyfor Rosie, this 10-year-old mare. Ted, who represented Ireland 2 years ago, Children's European Championships on console. I think this is his pony debut at championships, although he's certainly been a combination that have been able to win some big classes. He won that Grand Prix in Centaur this year as well. Of course, he's been a part of the team delivering clears. Well, this is just the sort of round that Ireland needed. It's going to be absolutely barnstorming. That is quick, it is clear, and it is into the lead by quite a margin. They had a sticky start, the first 2 in the Irish team, but Ted Fagan has just settled everything down and said, well, here you go, catch me if you can. I lead 63.17. It was a dominant round. No one's anywhere near that. The next time is 71.54, but the Irish star has just used that. Wonderful ride, Ballyfor Rosie, beautiful looking mare to put in a great round of jumping. So well done, Ted Fagan, he leads the way. We are halfway through the Table C of the FEI Pony European Championships for show jumping in 2026. We're going to take a little pause for 10 minutes and then we're going to come back. Just a little bit of arena maintenance, gives the crew time to make sure everything's in good order. And we go again. Ted Fagan, well done. You now lead this Table C, but we still have another half the class to go.
La France est en 71.54, Esmeralda Lune à la 3e place 71.81, malgré 4 secondes de pénalité. Peu de sans faute pour l'heure d'ailleurs, très exactement 4 parcours dessinés sans encombre. Ted Fagan is in the lead just before the break, 63.17 to beat. Megan Besancenot-Fayol for the French team at the 2nd position, and the 3rd place for Sweden with Esmeralda Lune with 4 seconds penalties. In a few minutes, the first rider to go on the second part of this first class of the weekend for the European Championship for Ponies 2026. Édition 2026 des championnats d'Europe poney. Côté jumping, nous en sommes sur la première épreuve, première journée de compétition. Un barème C d'ailleurs qui attend encore 20 couples à nous rejoindre en piste à l'occasion de ce premier dessin proposé par Xavier Trouillet, Jean-Philippe Plumeau, qui l'assiste tout au long de cette semaine internationale. Une semaine internationale qui ne serait possible sans ses partenaires d'ailleurs, les partenaires officiels tout d'abord du pôle européen du cheval, les fonds EPRON, un partenaire qui a pour mission de soutenir le développement de la filière équine en finançant des projets innovants et en structurant dans les domaines du cheval de sport, de loisirs et de travail. La Fédération française d'équitation est aussi partenaire de cet événement des championnats d'Europe. Partenaire majeur des événements organisés par le pôle européen du cheval, elle soutient le développement et la promotion des disciplines équestres, accompagne l'organisation de compétitions de haut niveau et contribue au rayonnement de la filière équine. À date, la Fédération française d'équitation est l'une des fédérations sportives les plus licenciées en France. La Fédération équestre internationale est l'instance dirigeante mondiale des sports équestres. Elle établit les règlements internationaux, supervise les compétitions officielles et veille au développement ainsi qu'à l'intégrité des disciplines équestres à travers le monde. Et puis merci à nos partenaires privés également. Je pense notamment aux partenaires et fournisseurs officiels de ces championnats d'Europe. Véron, une boutique florale dédiée à la création de bouquets, composition et décoration végétale unique. Véron propose un large choix de fleurs coupées, plantes, composition naturelle et création personnalisée en accord avec les saisons et vos envies. Les photos Légarenne, photographe officiel d'ailleurs de cette compétition internationale, de ce championnat d'Europe. Photos Légarenne, présente sur les concours nationaux et internationaux, l'équipe immortalise les performances des cavaliers et de leurs chevaux à travers des clichés de haute qualité capturant les instants forts du sport, les émotions de la compétition. Les participants peuvent retrouver et commander leurs photos directement en boutique ou en ligne grâce à son expertise du monde équestre et à son savoir-faire reconnu. Photo Légarenne est devenue une référence pour conserver un souvenir unique des événements organisés ici au pôle européen du cheval. Dans les partenaires officiels Le Mans Quad, l'enseigne propose son expertise dans le domaine du quad à travers le conseil, la maintenance, la réparation et l'accompagnement des clients pour assurer la fiabilité et la longévité de leur véhicule, Europcar également. Et puis les partenaires diffusion, Grand Prix Clip Myers, média de référence Grand Prix, référence de la filière équestre française, couvre l'actualité des concours, des cavaliers, des grands événements grâce à ses reportages, interviews et analyses. Merci à Ponies de nous accompagner à l'occasion de ces championnats d'Europe poney, comme d'ailleurs à l'occasion de tous les championnats d'Europe organisés ici. Nous en sommes déjà au 3e, 2023 était notre premier rendez-vous, 2025 notre second rendez-vous et ici 3e rendez-vous cette année. Ponies, média de référence entièrement dédié à l'univers du poney, de sport, de la compétition et de l'élevage. Vous pouvez d'ailleurs retrouver le dernier numéro de Ponies au niveau du show office et de ce site international. Alors on va bientôt reprendre la compétition. Pour le moment, l'Irlande a tiré son épingle du jeu à travers un parcours sans faute et très rapide, 63 secondes 17. Il y a maintenant à aller chercher puisque le chronomètre de Ted Fagan s'est arrêté ici après ses 12 obstacles et ses quelques 460 mètres de distance, 63-17 avec Belly for Rosie. À la deuxième place, on retrouve les couleurs françaises. Mégane Besancenot-Fayolle était l'une des premières à conclure sans faute avec son ivresse de Joma pour la France. Esmeralda Lone en troisième position avec la Suède. Et puis ensuite, pour continuer le top 5, on va retrouver à nouveau la Française Chloé Calcus et Galinette du Châtelet en quatrième position. Cinquième place en 77-10 malgré 4 secondes de pénalité. C'est la Belgique qui, elle aussi, se distingue à travers l'équitation de Féline Mathies et de Carday Van Hawkins. Les résultats que vous retrouvez bien évidemment en live sur l'application WST ou sur le site internet worldsporttiming.com. The live result and the start list on the WST application or on the worldsporttiming.com website. The first on this class, the leader so far in 63 seconds 17 is Ted Fagan for Irish flag with Belly for Rosie. At second position, the French nation with Mégane Besancenot-Fayolle, Ivresse de Joma. The third place for Esmeralda Lone, Airline CKZ. Chloé Calquis is at the 4th place with Galinette Duchâtelet, and Féline Matisse, Garday Van Orchid have the 5th position. 20 riders have to come for the first competition of this weekend. Nous sommes prêts. Voici la reprise de la compétition.
I think we're set to get going again with the second half of this Table C. It's the opening stage of the 2026 FEI Pony European Show Jumping Championships. Individually, the best time we've seen so far. 63.17, an absolute flyer from Ted Fagan for Ireland, with Ballyfort Rosie to set the standard just before the break. But we're only halfway there, and this is only day one. The eventual individual gold medalist will have jumped over 5 rounds of jumping. In fact, last year they even ended up with jump off after that, so you never know. Let's see what happens when we get to the other end. We have a lot of fun and sport to enjoy between now and then as we turn now again to Germany after the break with Frieda Obermeyer riding Toina. Toina, a combination that have already jumped in Hagen on the International Pony Circuit this year. It's a 9-year-old mare championship debut. Certainly a combination developing well both internationally and also in the national circuit with that Westphalian Pony Championship 3rd place. So in a strong place coming in to this year's championship in Le Mans. And the brakes go on. Well, with the fences falling, the time obviously increases. 16 seconds added in for Frieda Obermeyer there and Toina. So they go on to a final time of 107.72 there for Germany. The Swiss come to join us next. Jumping as an individual here this week. Swiss sadly not with a team in the show jumping. Ben Clavel riding Electra.
The combination Benjamin Clavel and Electra since November 25.
Busy run on the international pony circuit though, with rounds been in Italy, Netherlands and in Germany. This 14-year-old mare.
aussi quelques barres au sol malheureusement tâche
They
le
end
parcours
up
d'électrin
finishing
de
off
Benjamin
with a
Clavel, et
final
nous
time of
arrivons
94.18. Sadly, the 20 seconds
94
added onto the tie will not help their situation. Bad luck there to Ben Clavel and to
20 seconds
Electra.
for time penalties. The result
But
was
solely
94
there
to
as a
18. Benjamin
individual
Clavel,
entry, the Swiss without a team here this year.
Imke Boden, Cappuccino van Paemel.
Another on a debut, and a young pony as well up next.
For the next
It's only 7 years of
combination
age,
for
this
Belgium,
stallion in the
Cappuccino
background there.
van
This
Paemel.
Imke Boden riding Cappuccino Van Pamel Z. Double clear in the Grand Prix in Compiègne earlier in the year, one of only 4 double clears that day.
Fourth position on the CSIOP Grand Prix to Compiègne. In
Very
April.
well previously, this pony with Robin Vermeer and Elise Thiron.
Combination. And the last fence, unfortunately, with Cappuccino Van Paemel and Imke Boden, the result is 90 seconds to 6 with 12.
Yeah, so 90.26 again. The fence is full. We haven't had a huge number of clear rounds today. Just having a little look while that was going on back down the order. We've actually had 4 riders that have not added anything to their score. Fagan and Megan Bensalot-Fariol first and second, but actually Charlie Flynn and Sophia matching, who were down in 10th and 11th for the other 2. Now, though, on we go to Great Britain's third rider. This is Henry Leggett and Blossom's Big Claim. Northampton delivered some good rounds for the team this year. Helped them to win with those 3 clears in Zidivalt earlier in the year, in May. Also delivering a clear in Compiègne as well. 11-year-old mare by name Lazar. Nice performance for Henry Leggett, 74 seconds, 8-9, and nothing to add. Oh, what a lovely round that turned into. Well done, Henry Leggett, the British rider, the best of the Brits. Blossom's Big Claim. He's been having quite a season, and it continues here as he gives us a clear round and goes up into 4th position. 74.89. Well done, Henry. And well done, Blossom's Big Claim. Lovely looking there, and a great round from that young jockey as he, as I say, best of the Brits. On to the Italians. Their best rider is Sofia Frezzaril, sitting in 8th at the moment. Now it's their next to go. And this is the turn of Lucia Colombo, riding Gentleman de Puril. Two Nations Cup outings already this year, with this 10-year-old now coming to their first European outing together. Nicely done, very nicely done as they go clear and they go quick. 69.15 into second place for Lucereza, Colombo and Gentleman. 69.15 on the clock for the Italian rider. Super rider jumping gets as close as anybody has to Ted Fagan, who still leads for Ireland. So Ireland, Italy, France, the 1, 2, 3 in terms of nations. As we look across the arena here, and the weather ever improving, which is good to see. Isabel Visser next up for the Dutch, coming in. Best of the Dutch riders is Lisa Bronsden, sitting in 10th place on Cupcake. Isabel Visser riding Kenneth van Orchids. Been a regular on the Nations Cup team this year with this 11-year-old gelding. Jumping here previously at the championships as well, coming back, being a solid part of the Dutch team. Jumped in Belgium, France, the Netherlands and Germany on those Nations Cups. Twice getting to the podium. On the 8 seconds at the moment as they jump the double, now turn back towards the last.
.72 seconds, 4.9 for the time and 8-second penalties. The result with 80 seconds, 4.9 with Rondon and the fence. Cheval Habitat, the fence number 10 of the sports.
Riding Kenneth van Orchids, 8 seconds out at 78.49. As we move on to Sweden, some good rounds. Esmeralda Lund still sitting in 4th at the moment. This is Sparkling Lackmore Joey and Lily Melstrom, who rode here last year to finish 15th individually, and of course this the pony that in 2023 won individual bronze for Ireland with Kian Dorr. 13 years of age, this gelding. A combination that have had a pretty impressive run on the Nations Cup season as well. With what have we had? 4 clears from 6 rounds. Again, this looks to be maybe not as quick as the leading duo, but it's still not a bad time at all, and it's a clear 72.43. So Lily Melstrom goes into the top 5, slots in behind Esmeralda Lund. So in fact, Sweden have got riders now stacked in 4th and 5th so far. Which means we can move back to the hosts, to France, who with 3 riders so far in the top 10 overall are looking in a pretty decent place. This is Brune Favier, who rode here last year, part of the French team that just missed out on the medals, finishing in 4th place. Riding Etienne Desprez, this 12-year-old mare. Put together, though, some impressive double clears, both in Belgium and France. In France, it was in the Nations Cup, which was central to France's win. And of course, the double clear in Belgium came in the Grand Prix, where they finished in 3rd behind Ted Fagan and Charlie Flynn. Also put together a very impressive national Grand Prix win in Macon.
Il y aura 8 secondes à ajouter au 67-58 pour une Fèvre et Denning de Després, 84-58 pour l'arrivée ici dans le top 1 pour
so the top 20, it's 8 seconds added on, 84.58 there for Brune and Etienne Desprez. So, riding there for France, and France still with one more rider left to go. On to Ireland, who after a couple of sticky rounds early doors have got Ted Fagan settled things down with that brilliantly fast clear. Now Robbie Sheenan, who's back, having, of course, been on a team in the Children's Championship in 2024. I think this is his first time in the Ponies, though. The next to go, Potjo van de Gruvehel, 15-year-old gelding. It's been a really consistent force across multiple rounds of the Nations Cup circuit this year, and he's putting together a really smart, fast-moving round at the moment. As long as he keeps it together, this is certainly going to be there or thereabouts. Maybe not as fast as the likes of Ted, who was like a little rocket ship. But that isn't necessarily what Ireland need. They just need a good, consistent, quick round. Somewhere in the top 4 or 5 would be able to put them in a great place going forward. And that sort of looks like what he's done, and that is exactly what he's done. Third. Well done for Robbie Sheenan. What a great round that turned into. Potjo delivers 70.70 on the clock. And as I say, into third place individually for Robbie. So Ireland, Italy, Ireland, the 1, 2, 3 in terms of nations, and Ireland still with Sandwich to come in due course. Meanwhile, on to Germany and Juice Fallenberg and Belladonna TF, the 7-year-old mare, Westphalian mare, on her debut at the championship. So young combination. Just is just 15 years of age, I believe.
Is in the arena. 7 years old.
Certainly the youngest horse on Germany's team, or the youngest pony, I should say, on Germany's team. Coming round with just the 4 seconds to add.
Unfortunately, at defense super 6.
And finishing with just the 4 seconds to add. 77.12, 26 went down. Just Fallenberg there goes into the top 10, nevertheless, with Belladonna, and is the best placed of the riders for Germany so far. So well done to them. Now on to the next up for Belgium. 1 or 2 riders for Belgium we get to see jump. Maureen Burrus riding Elio Dagen, making her European debut in the Ponies. Delivered a beautiful double clear on the Nations Cup team in the Netherlands. Exciting combination with this 10-year-old gelding.
Voici le studbook du sel français ici au départ pour la Belgique. C'est un sel français studbook for the Belgium team. Maureen Burrus for the rider and Galliano Dargan for the pony.
Ooh, backed off a little bit, put a leg on, and away we go. So it's just the 4 seconds to add at the moment.
Bon, avec la faute à l'as, hélas, et puis la combinaison numéro 11 qui entache de 12 secondes le score de Maureen Burrus.
Maureen Burrus and Galliano Dagan, as they finish on a final time of 82.25. So into the top 20. 12 seconds added on there for the partnership for Belgium, with one more from Belgium to come in a bit. Meanwhile, on we go to another combination for Great Britain. Their best rider at the moment, Henry Leggett, sat in 7th place. Now it's Lucia Caroline, Holly Blue, double clear in Hagen this year, part of Britain's zero score victory that day.
Depuis la saison 2025, la compétition internationale à L2, il y a notamment une double performance à Hagen, victoire sur la Coupe des Nations à travers un double sans faute en juin 2026.
Pushing forward, also try to stay clear, sensible moves.
Nice performance, 72.48, clear for Lucia Nicole Caroline, the 9.
So in the end, she finishes with a clear round, but it's a time of 72.48. It's good enough to go into 7th place. Actually, it means she's just 1 place ahead of Henry. So the two British riders securing places there for the moment in 7th and 8th position. Getting a good start, and that is a good start. Well done to Holly Blue. Now onwards to Italy, and Maria Privitera riding here with Calix de Visite. Pony Europeans. This 14-year-old stallion. Also the 2024 Italian Pony Champion.
Back in the ring, Maria Privitera back in
Certainly one of the strongest combinations. They had that
2026 edition.
clear and 4 in Hagen.
Ouais, cette combinaison numéro 11 est assez fragile. Perturbe quelque peu le résultat de la cavalière Maria Privitera. Calix de Vusit avec les 3 derniers éléments de parcours au sol. 82 secondes 41. Unfortunately, the sway last fences down. 82 seconds, 4-1 for the result with Calix de Vusit and Maria Privitera.
Well, they finished with 12 seconds added on, so that's 82.41. That was Maria Privitera and Calix. We're waiting for the next up for the Netherlands. These now the sort of final run of riders for these nations. So we've seen the last of the Italians, now the last of the Dutch, and this is Mini Voss. Still Got Me is next to go. There's another with plenty of experience, returning pony rider. Last year, though, she rode Nashville here at these championships now with this 15-year-old gelding. They've produced some nice rounds, double clear in Zuideveld, where the Dutch took to the podium. She also won the Pony Grand Prix there as well, so that was a lovely way to... oh dear, nearly missing the inside. Well, they sort of looked at the turn and then changed their mind. Over the line, nice round, best of the Dutch by a long way. Goes into third for Mini Voss, uses that experience. Still Got Me is into third, 70.45, a little bit faster than Robbie Sheena, who drops into fourth. Top two do not change, still Ted Fagan and Lucrezia Colombo, Ireland, Italy, but now the Netherlands sitting there in third place overall, individually that is. Right, onwards to Sweden. Selma Dylan now, Barry Valler's Shadow. Returning again, having finished inside the top 20 last year individually in the Pony Europeans with this lovely now 13-year-old gelding, who's already jumped on 3 Nations Cups this year and across 6 rounds, has 5 clear rounds. And the one round they didn't go clear, they had a score of 4, so it's a pretty consistent partnership. You can see why they're in the anchor slot. This 13-year-old gelding then, Barra Valley Shadow and Selma Thielen for Sweden.
Result race 95.89 for St. Martin and Barra Valley Shadow for Sweden. 95.89.
There we go. 95.89.
Baudry, la dernière cartouche française ici avec ce fils de Welcome Simpatico Syndicat Linaro, espoir du Rompré que vous connaissez bien sur la scène internationale, bien évidemment. Espoir du Rompré dans le top 10 du championnat de France à Poney Elite Excellence. On a vu ici en 2023 avec Elise Lucas, il était d'ailleurs 4e. Apolline Baudry en numéro 36.
Well, this is France's final partnership, and Apolline with Espoir de Grand Prix. Year-old jockey, 12-year-old pony. Championship debut, double clear in France in the Nations Cup this year. Nice, nicely done. Good round, top 10 round, goes 9th for Apolline Baudry. So France in the end ending up with 2 riders in the top 10. Their other ones only in 11th. They're in a good place, the French home team. Mind you, Ireland could well be in a very good place if they get a good round, as I suspect they probably will from these two. Sam Widger, last to go for the Irish, with of course now Ted Fagan and Robbie Sheenan sat in 1st and 3rd. And here we go with BP Bon Jovi, the 8-year-old. Of course, Sam, who rode on the children's team a couple of years ago, was also then on the Pony European silver medal winning team with Western Ranger. So comes back this year with a different pony, but the jockey with another year's experience and all the same talent has already been showing that on the Nations Cup circuit this season as well.
Very nice.
He is indeed doing what he needed to by delivering that clear round and going into 3rd place. Sam Widger, the Irish have come alive with their final 3 riders, and all of them sat in the top 5. So we can, although you can't do scores with the table C until the end, although you know Ted would be on 0, you can pretty much be assured that the Irish will have that little advantage going into the team day tomorrow. Still, though, with 3 more to job, it is Belgium's Belgium? No, we'll come to Belgium's Germany's turn, apologies. Benedict Raab here with Marie-Louise 3. Championship debut. Pretty decent form in the under 16 German championships as well, though. coming in on 8, and the last goes as well. 12 seconds to add, unfortunately. 87.56 is where the final time will be for those two. That was Germany's last, Benedikt Raab and Marie-Louise. We now turn to Belgium's last and certainly most experienced as well, Robin Vermeer. Crystal Sparkle van Berdeveld, who is back at the championships again after
she was
team bronze last year, individual 6th. 2024, she was team silver. She rode on Crystal in 2023. She rode Copacabana in 2024. But this is a young jockey with an awful lot of talent and has certainly been able to show her versatility and adaptability. For Pony Europeans, quite a story.
La cavalière était d'ailleurs médaillée de bronze par équipe ici même l'an dernier.
Nice, 70.31. Good, impressive round. Sandwicher, who was in third, is now in fourth because Robin Vermeer has jumped her way up into third place. That's another cracking performance from those two. Consistent and clear.
Rien à ajouter avant le parcours de la Britannique Sophia Rogers qui terminera donc cette épreuve de chasse avec un nail 5-5. Le couple était déjà des nôtres l'an dernier et d'ailleurs l'or par équipe autour.
Well, the British team have Sophia Rogers, who join us as the next to go, a twice gold medal winning combination here. It's Neil 55 and Sophia Rogers, who's been the most amazing pony, of course, for her sister as well before her. And has again been showing that form. Took the win in France at the Grand Prix this year. Second in the Grand Prix in the Netherlands.
Well, unfortunately, on the fence, Cheval Habitat. And the result in 70 seconds for 3. The fourth is the fifth position, 77.43 for British.
Well, it is 4. It is 70.43. It does mean she finishes in 5th place. It does mean that she's the best of the Brits. It does, in fact, put the top 3 Brits in the top 13. So they and Ireland, France, all in a good place, I would have thought, going forward from this stage. And that going forward bit is tomorrow, because the table C is done and the winner is Ted Fagan. Well done, Ted. Great round. No one got near you. Ballyfort Rosie 63.17, Luziera Colombo and Gentlemen 69.15 in second, and then it gets tight. Then you've got Robin Vermeer for Belgium on 70.31. Sam Widger, Sophia Rogers, Minnie Voss, that is the top 6. And of course those scores, or I should say times, will be converted into their penalty marks, but it'll be Ted Fagan that'll start on a 0 score going forward individually. The best 3 of their 5 rounds today, or 4 rounds, however many were part of the team, will count to that team score. But 2 rounds of team jumping tomorrow with team medals available and to be awarded at the end of that day. And then on Sunday, individual finals day, 2 rounds of jumping then as well to find our European Painting Champion of 2026. Well done again today, though, to Ted Fagan, who wins.
Chacune des selles sont pensées, fabriquées pour optimiser vos performances et vous accompagner dans vos victoires. 13h30 donc pour le Big Tour. Ensuite, on se retrouvera à 15h pour le CSIP Large Tour. Le Small Tour, 13h30, pardon, le Large Tour à 15h. 1.5 for the Small Tour CSIP and 3 o'clock for the first rider to go on the large tour CSIP class. Bonne matinée à tous. Les résultats sur l'affichage ici pour cette compétition, ce championnat d'Europe. On se retrouve sous peu, bien évidemment. The official result for the top 8 of the first qualifying competition. The winner, Ted Fagan for Irish flag, 63.17. The second position for Lucrezia Colombo, Italy, in 69.15. Robin Vermeer is at the third position for Belgium. Sam Widger for the Irish colours. Sophia Roger, Great Britain. Minnie Voss, Netherlands, at the 6th position. The 7th place for Ireland with Robbie Sheehan. And the 8th position for the French team with Megan Besancenot-Fayol, Ivresse de Joma.
please. Rolling anxiety in 3, 2, 1. Anxiety, keep on trying me. I feel it quietly, trying to silence me. Yeah. Anxiety, shake it off of me. Somebody's watching me. Is my anxiety? Anxiety, anxiety, keep on trying, keep on trying, keep on trying, keep on trying, keep on trying. what you just made me do. I don't like your kingdom keys. They once belonged to me. You asked me for a place to sleep, locked me out and threw a feast. What? The world moves on another day, another drama, but not for me, not for me. All I think about is karma. And then the world moves on, but one thing's for sure. Maybe I got mine, but you'll all get yours. But I got smarter, I got harder in the nick of time. I rose up from the dead, I do it all the time. I got a list of names and yours is in red underlined. I check it once, then I check it twice. Oh, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do. I don't trust nobody and nobody trusts me. I'll be the actress starring in your bad dreams. I don't trust nobody and nobody trusts me. I'll be the actress starring in your bad dreams.